In the year 2035, the world had changed in ways people once believed only existed in science fiction. Nations no longer depended solely on soldiers, tanks, or fighter jets. Instead, battles were shaped by invisible codes, silent drones, and machines that could make decisions in the blink of an eye. In a small control center deep underground, a young analyst named Arvind sat in front of 12 glowing screens. He was only 21, but he was responsible for monitoring one of the most advanced defense networks in his country. Arvind never held a gun, never stood on a battlefield, yet every day he protected millions of people through technology. One morning, while the world outside looked peaceful, Arvind noticed something unusual on his screen. A small network spike, tiny, almost unnoticeable, appeared on the radar. At first, he thought it was a system glitch, but within seconds the spike multiplied into hundreds of signals. It was a cyber attack. Someone was trying to enter the country's defense mainframe. If they succeeded, they could control satellites, disable power grids, and even manipulate drones in the air. Arvind quickly alerted his team, but everything was happening too fast. The enemy had deployed an AI-powered virus capable of rewriting security codes in milliseconds. No human could stop it alone. Arvind's hands trembled as he typed commands, redirecting firewalls, isolating infected sectors, and battling an enemy he could not see. This was war, silent, invisible, and digital. While Arvind fought in the virtual world, far away in the desert, Captain Mira, a drone pilot, received an urgent message. Unknown drones were approaching restricted airspace. These weren't normal aircraft, they were fully autonomous machines that didn't need human pilots. Mira launched her own surveillance drone into the sky. It soared above the clouds, sending real-time images back to her screen. She saw 6 unidentified drones moving in formation, heading straight toward a civilian region. She contacted Arvind's team, and he quickly realized the truth. These drones were connected to the same cyber attack he was trying to stop. The enemy wasn't sending soldiers. They were sending machines. Machines that could strike without warning. Mira took control of her drone and prepared for interception, but the enemy drones were fast and unpredictable. They zigzagged through the sky using advanced algorithms. In that moment, both Arvind and Mira understood the reality of modern warfare. Battles were no longer fought on land or sea alone. They were fought in the data streams, satellites, and digital skies. Arvind worked desperately, searching for a weakness in the enemy code. Suddenly, he noticed a pattern. Every drone responded to one central signal. If he could break that connection, he could disable the entire fleet. He began coding a countervirus, something that could infiltrate the enemy system without being detected. Sweat rolled down his forehead as he typed at lightning speed. Up in the air, Mira steadied her drone, preparing for the worst. The enemy drones were getting closer to the no-fly zone. She whispered, "Come on, Arvind, just a little faster." At that exact moment, Arvind hit the final command, "Execute." For a moment, everything went silent. Then, on Mira's screen, the enemy drones jerked, twisted, and suddenly froze mid-air. One by one, they powered down and drifted harmlessly toward the ground. Mira exhaled with relief. Arvind leaned back in his chair, exhausted but victorious. Later that evening, when the crisis was over, Arvind stepped outside the control center. He looked up at the sky, thinking about how war had changed. There were no explosions, no smoke, no marching soldiers. Yet the battle he fought today was more dangerous than any in history. Technology had become both the greatest weapon and the greatest shield. Arvind realized something important: the future of peace, the future of war, and the future of humanity itself depended not on machines, but on the people who controlled them. Technology could save lives or destroy them. It could bring nations together or tear them apart. The real power was not in the code, the drones, or the satellites. It was in the choices humans made. As the night settled over the city, Arvind walked home quietly, knowing he had protected millions of strangers who would never know his name. And he understood something deeply true: modern warfare may be shaped by technology, but its outcome is still determined by human courage, wisdom,